Hey, welcome back to Bourbon Country Reacts. So I'm Keith.
I'm Dustin.
He's Dustin. I'm kind of a music guy.
You're the ear. Just own it.
I'm the ear. That's what you've said that enough times. I may as well I'm gonna start introducing myself
as the ear.
Hi, I'm the ear, and this is the bourbon.
No, this is the bourbon.
Yeah, Dustin, by the way.
I'm the bourbon guy. I'm here for this specifically. Now, what we have today, as you can see, this is actually one of Andrea's favorite bourbons. So she dips into this every.
Andrea's his girlfriend
for those of you who don't know. She really enjoys this one. I've had it probably once or twice. So we'll get into this a little bit. Maker's Mark 101. So basically what they do is they take their normal Maker's Mark and they don't cut it as much. It's a special run. They used to only do this around Christmas time because they wanted to make it. There's a special box for it and all this stuff. But it is obviously 101 proof. Basically, it's like regular Maker's juice, just a little hotter.
All right. So I'm pretty sure I've had it. Totally don't remember it.
Okay. Oh, this is interesting. So every bourbon we've had on here so far, I think, has had a cork. Not this one.
It's got a screw top. What have you got me drinking, Dustin? There's some old granddad out here.
Hey, now, we might review that one.
Next coming, some Popov vodka.
Dark Eyes for you.
All right.
So what are we listening to?
Yeah. So we're listening to, and you guys told us to listen to it, so we're going to listen to Toby Keith's Angry American. I don't think I've ever heard this. I know you've heard some Toby Keith.
Yeah, I've heard some Toby Keith. Actually, a couple that are in the comments I've heard. I don't know if I've heard this one. Maybe. We'll see. If I have heard it, it's been a while.
If it rings a bell, just go with it. You can tell us. Let me see. Dustin's good with
the brown drink.
Yeah. So just roll with it. And you can let them know you've heard it before. I think it's extraordinarily unlikely that I've heard it, but you never know. Stuff pops up in movies. I mean, hell, my genre, rock and metal is showing up in freaking commercials. The bunch of sellouts. So, yeah. All right. Well, let's get to it and check out some Toby Keith here.
I like this one. Looks kind of patriotic, so I kind of like it.
Well, it starts off with a flag, so.
American girls and American guys will always stand up and salute. We'll always
I have heard this. I'm pretty sure he made this right after 9/11.
There's a lot of men dead, so we can sleep in peace at night when we lay down our heads. My daddy served in the army, we lost his right eye, but he flew a flag out in our yard. Till the day that he died, he wanted my mother, my brother, my sister, and me to grow up and live happy in the land of the free. Now this nation that I love is falling under attack. A mighty sucker punch came flying in from somewhere in the back. Soon as we could see it clearly through our big black eye, man, we lit up your world like the 4th of July. Hey, Uncle Sam, put your name at the top of his.
I think he got a lot of shit for doing this song.
Everybody started shaking her fist, and the eagle will fly, and it's gonna be here when you hear Mother Freedom start ringing her bell, and it'll feel like the whole wide world is raining down on you. All brought to you courtesy of the red, white, and blue.
Is this another rock song?
That's a rock solo. Constantine of Iron Man.
When you rattle his cage, you'll be sorry that you mess with the U.S. of A.
Man, that'd have been cool to catch at a USO show. All right, I dug the song. So, did this come out right after September 11th?
I feel like that's when I remember last hearing it, and that's a long time ago now.
So, let us know in the comments, when this came out, if it really did come out after September 11th.
I think that's where he got the lyrics for "We Got Punched in the Eye" from somewhere, flew in from somewhere in the back.
Yeah. I mean that would make sense. So, but yeah. So, I guess this was. You kind of raised the point. This was almost another rock song.
A little bit.
So the music was. I'm starting to see a thing that there's very little difference between some of this country music and rock. The main differences are the way the vocals are delivered.
True, because they're kind of put out more in front a little bit, aren't they?
Well, they enunciate a whole lot better than rock vocalists, that's for sure.
True.
Sometimes you have to listen to a rock song 35 times to figure out what the freak they're saying.
True, or look up the lyrics.
Yeah. I've gone my whole life thinking rock lyrics were not what they really were. And you feel like a real dipshit when you figure it out. So country music artists definitely enunciate better. I mean, you can hear these lyrics. You don't have to, grasp for the meaning. This is pretty cool, very patriotic video. The song was catchy.
Yeah. I wondered something I'm kind of interested in understanding. So obviously we got to see it looked like he did a USO tour. He's probably done several if I had to guess. I'm not a service member, but I have a lot of friends that are or have been. And I guess for me, when I see an artist or even like a comedian or a performer do USO, to me, I'm like, that's cool. What's your perspective?
So, I actually never got the opportunity to see a USO show while deployed. But I can tell you right now that if one had been available to me, anything to take your mind off that day, off what's going on, is just the value of that to troop morale really cannot be overstated. Just, a couple of hours escape, depending on what you're doing. I mean, if you're in the rear with the gear and not a lot of threat, it's cool. You would get to go to a cool concert or a cool show, and then you go back to the grind. Somebody that's out, on a fob somewhere, somebody that's out in an LPOP, so listening post or observation post, that if those guys get to come back to the rear and see a show, man, it's
like water in the desert.
So much relief,
yeah,
for that time. So yeah, I absolutely applaud the USO. I absolutely really am grateful to artists because comedians, I think Robin Williams, did a bunch of USO shows. So
I know Fluffy does.
Yeah, hey, and that dude's hilarious.
Right?
So whatever artists are doing USO shows, believe me, the troops appreciate it.
Actually, it wasn't Fluffy. It was Ralphie May that I was thinking of.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
But I don't know. Maybe
way.
Fluffy has. I don't know.
Let's talk about some bourbon now.
Yeah. What do you think, man?
I think some people are going to get mad at me because I'm about to have an opinion.
There's no opinions allowed on this show.
Oh shit! Everything we say is fact.
No, it's all opinion. So give it to us.
So I think Maker's Mark makes better stuff.
They do. They absolutely do, and that's why this is Andrea's bourbon.
So I'm sure at some point, as we continue making these, other Maker's Marks will make an appearance.
Yep.
And at some point, we're going to get into, the Maker's 46.
Oh, or the cast strength Maker's 46.
And
Those private select bottles that are all different.
the private select bottles with the various
We'll get
stave
to those.
combinations.
Don't spoil it.
Okay, yeah, that's a whole freaking video in and of itself.
It could
really.
be. Yeah. So, in all seriousness, this is better than regular Maker's Mark to me. Regular Maker's Mark is too sweet. They cut it too much. And I don't, honestly, when I'm drinking regular, if I have regular Maker's Mark, I feel like I'm not drinking bourbon because it's so sweet.
I can live with that sweetness. Now, I've mentioned in another video that I'm a bitter guy, but I like sweet too.
Sure.
My favorite flavors out of a bourbon are cinnamon and pepper. And I've said that over and over again. This has neither of those. And frankly, nothing about this bourbon jumps out at me as any kind of a superlative that I would lay out and say it's this or it's that, and that's
special,
good.
right?
It's right. There's nothing special about the flavor to me. What's it priced at?
Actually, that's, part of the cool part. Pretty sure you can get this one for about $30.
Okay. For a $30 bourbon, this is a go.
Right.
I thought it was, because being a special run, I thought it was very expensive.
With the screw top?
That should have been a clue, shouldn't it?
Generally, screw top bourbons are not expensive.
Yeah.
But there are some screw top bourbons that are really good. Weller. I was super surprised. This is actually better quality screw top than a Weller.
Yeah. I'd call it even.
No, screw top.
Oh, the
top
actual
itself,
quality
yeah.
of the physical
Right.
top.
Yeah.
Wow,
I
we're
know.
down to some minutia now. But for that price range, this is a buy. Cause I kind of feel like that freaking Russian dude from the China. No, not terrible, not great, not terrible.
But the meter only goes to...
Not great, not terrible. 3.6.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Hey, guys, thanks for watching. Mash that subscribe button if you're not already a subscriber. Hit the like button for us. One of the most important things we would ask you to do, though, is leave us suggestions for both bourbons and songs to try and react to here.
You're the ear.
Oh, I'm
the bourbon.
He's
You're
the
the ear.
bourbon. I'm the ear.
Right.
All right, guys. We will see you next time.